Hello guys, so as promised, I have purchased Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the remastered version, and I thought we'll take a look at the game for the first time, and I thought we'll see what's actually different than the game which was released in 2010. So the first impressions are not great because as soon as I started the game, it asked me if I want to enable crossplay or not, because that was one of the biggest features which was coming to this game. And it gives me an option to enable or disable crossplay. I tried it like 4 times. I even restarted my computer, did everything, but as soon as I hit crossplay, enable crossplay, the game just crashes. And if I go to settings, so I had to disable crossplay to basically get the game started. And if I go to settings and if I go to display settings, here is the second most disappointing bit. This is a game in 2020 and it's stuck at 60 FPS. Like, I have even turned VSync off, but still that doesn't do anything. It doesn't let me go more than 60 FPS. So not thrilled about that, honestly. But yeah, the graphic settings, we are gonna be running on ultra settings. So we have taken the ultra preset, but I am just gonna disable the motion blur because nobody likes that anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's give this game a fair shot anyway and see how we like it and if the graphics are any better. I distinctly remember the game which I played in 2010, and so far the graphics are just a teeny tiny bit crisper, but not that good in my opinion. But let's start with the racer career and see. Look at the graphics on this, like it just looks so bad, it just looks so outdated. Even the cars, textures and all are not good at all. So let's see what car we can start off with. I think this is the only car which we can choose because everything else is completely locked. So let's start with this Porsche Boxster Spider and see how it goes. The color.
Porsche engineers have realized a long-held dream. The dream of a roadster.
I think we'll go with red. The red looks pretty good. Let's see how the game feels. The texture for the cars is still, I think they're using the old textures, and even the sceneries, I think they are using the old ones. I can hardly feel any difference whatsoever, but still, let's see. The handling is pretty good, as I remember. We only have 3 camera modes. That's fine. We are already at our top speed, so it doesn't make sense to use the NOS. Yep, I know that's the NOS button. And I will have to get used to the handling because it is a little bit different than Need for Speed Heat. So far the graphics aren't looking that different, and it does feel like I have just installed an old game on my system. It doesn't feel like a new game by any means. Even the crashes, like I wasn't meaning to crash, but the graphics are just like not up to the mark. They have sharpened a few things here and there, but unless you're comparing two games, like both the games like side by side, and you're actually looking if they added a new light pole or something, or maybe a new tree over there, um, you are not gonna like the graphics at all. I was really hoping to like this game because I have always loved Need for Speed, and I was thinking that maybe this will be the game that reminds me of the old Need for Speed games, which used to be pretty good anyway. And I was really excited about the multiplayer and the crossplay functionality, but it seems that I can't even use that. Maybe they will be rolling out a fix in the future, maybe because this game is just released today, so maybe there isn't a fix right now, or maybe they will be adding the crossplay functionality just after 2 or 3 days or something like that. Maybe there are a few bugs which have to be ironed out, but yeah, the first impression and even the second impression coming to the graphics and all is not great. And as you can see, I'm running on ultra settings, so I don't know what else I can give the game to make it look any better. One thing I will say is that it is light when it comes to system requirements because it's an old game anyway. So it doesn't use too much of your graphics card or your CPU. So I would say the game is fairly optimized and people are gonna like it. Even if you don't have a good enough system, I'm pretty sure you will be able to run this game and you will like it. But yeah, besides that, not really sure. Let's try this new car anyway and see if maybe they introduce a better scenery in the second race. So let's play the racer career. I'm not that interested in playing the cop career as of now. I want to give this game a really fair shot, but so out of these two, since in Need for Speed we are gonna be spending most of our time at the top end of the car, I will go with a car which has a better top speed. This black color looks pretty good, so let's use that. Although I'm not sure how is this color gonna fare when it comes to daylight, but let's see. I'm not sure what graphics they improved, or maybe they did improve a few things. Like I've seen the screenshots which EA posted comparing the two games side by side. They did look a little bit different in the pictures, but yes, they would have taken the best case scenario pictures. And for me, I don't know, the graphics is not something to boast about. And if you're really interested in playing the game, and if you don't have a friend who is probably on a different system whom you can play it with, I don't think it makes sense to buy this game. You can just buy the 2010 version if you have another friend you want to play it with and who's on a PC version, because that's much cheaper anyways. Where I am, this game costs $40, and that's a lot, asking for a game which doesn't look that different than the old one. And like I can just get the old game for like $5 or something. Not to mention I do own the old game as well. I have I think the DVD of the old game, so I am basically paying $40 for better graphics, but can't really notice that much of a difference honestly. I wish it supported 144 FPS or any sort of higher frame rate, but it doesn't, because I was really hoping. I mean, the game still feels smooth, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked to see a high refresh frame rate allowed at least. Because I feel that is something which they could have easily done. I know it feels like I'm being too harsh on this game, but trust me, I really wanted to like it, and I'm a bit disappointed in myself. But yeah, I think that is what this game is.
All units heads up.
I remember liking the 2010 Hot Pursuit, but for some reason I just like don't understand what have they changed. I was excited about the crossplay because I have a friend who plays on the PlayStation and I thought we could play together. But even the crossplay functionality is not working as of now, and it might be working in the future. I'm sure EA will be fixing that, but I don't know why. And even the graphics, they're not bad, but it is 2020 and they do look quite old. And also it's extremely easy to wreck these cops. I mean, coming from Need for Speed Heat, I'm not feeling the challenge. Like one hit and that cop died. And that brings us to the end of the race. I'll just give this game one more shot. We don't even have NOS. Okay, the NOS is coming. But clearly not enough.
Suspect is heavily damaged. Moving in for the arrest.
We are drifting with this police car, which I have to admit does give that cool factor. But yep, that was a very easy win. Please tell me there's more. That's it. 35 seconds. That was just 35 seconds. Come on. I know it's supposed to be easy because it's the first race, but that's too easy. Yep, so I guess the takeaway is that with these old games, unless they improve the gameplay a little bit or do something significant, I don't think it makes sense for them to remaster these games. And frankly, I think that's a very lazy effort when it comes to this game. Like, the graphics aren't improved that much. We don't have high refresh rate. The crossplay isn't working as well. Let me just try it one more time. I haven't tried it using the settings. Like, they told me that I can also go to privacy settings, I think, and set the crossplay on. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Yep. So yeah, crossplay, you can turn it on. So don't select enable crossplay when you first start the game, but you can enable crossplay once you have started the game. So I think that is the trick to enable crossplay. So yep, I won't deduct any points there, but for me, this game, it just feels way too old, and the graphics as well, I thought they will be heavily improved, because that was the major thing which they kind of boasted about in the news. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna be playing this game. But yep, that's my review. I gave it a solid 2 out of 5. The 2 is just because that they made an effort. I know it was a small effort, but they made an effort anyway, and they are selling it for almost half the price of a new game. So a new game is usually like $80 and they're selling it for 40. So 1 point for that, and 1 point for adding a crossplay functionality. But that's pretty much it. The graphics are just too old, and yeah, I would just recommend you to save your money, and if you don't have the game, just buy the one from 2010. It's not that bad.